Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy and this is week 3 for class MDF. This week we went ahead and at least to me it's a little bit more interesting. I like actually making these type of apps compared to pushing data around. Here we actually made a camera application and I can show you here on the storyboard roughly what it looks like before I show you on the iPad. If it goes ahead and runs. So that's basically it. I got my three icons on there. I also got to reset the background, which we'll get into in a second here. Now this week I didn't run into too many problems except trying to figure out how to share the same UI image picker controller for all three of my functions. Um, so let's go ahead and jump into it. This is the camera on click, very basic, simple, just runs through it. It allows editing, and then it jumps to the picker controller. The movie on click, similar as well to the videos that we watched. There's no editing on that, so I set that to false. Um, Go ahead and push it down to the picker controller. And the gallery, similar to the camera, except it actually loads up the photo library. And I also got a little pop-up warning right here, which you're going to see on the video because I kind of set an extra feature on there that would actually change the wallpaper. Couldn't figure out what to do after I loaded up the gallery, so decided to throw that in there, at least that way I can see it works and how I can manipulate it. And then now for the most important part of my code right here, the image picker controller. So over here I'll go ahead and I kind of put it down for NSString so that way I can use the if else statement to go ahead and determine what is actually getting brought down to this one function. So here you can see I found that public.image and public.movie were the two things that were different between an image and a movie that was being recorded in the basically in the description of the info. So I went ahead and I found that I created the NSString for both, and then I used this is equal to string to go ahead and determine if it's an image or if it's not an image. If it's not an image, then it goes down here, and if it's a movie, it'll go ahead and run through here, and it'll go ahead and this is a code that it actually took me a couple hours to find. But it's basically picker dismiss view controller with the animated true and the completion, and then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this is a code block right here being used, and it jumps to a different view. Couldn't get the second view to load without actually closing and pressing another button, so this is the best little line of code that I have found, which does exactly what I wanted to do, which is shut down one and load up the other. I would have liked it if it would just automatically jump to it, but that wasn't the case. From here, from all this code, basically just throws it over to another page. Similar call over here. And when it goes to the other page, we'll go ahead and we'll view the movie part, the movie capture. So once it runs through the movie capture, it'll go ahead and throw it in here. Once it saves it, it'll go ahead and dismiss it, and you'll get an error with the pop-up message, or you'll go ahead and get an alert saying it saved it. For the image, I did a little bit something different. I went ahead and I created a while loop, so that way I know the first one that comes through, which should be the original, will actually pull the original NSString, and it'll throw it into my UI alert. So now let's go ahead and show my application running. Let's go here. There's my Christmas tree in the background, but let's see here. Get it up and running. So that is my application, and we'll go ahead and use the camera. Let's get that cover out from underneath, from the back here. And if I can find the button, we'll go ahead and take a picture. And at the very bottom, you can see where it's use picture. I think I pressed it. And it'll actually bring it up there with the edited and a non-edited. Let me show you real quick an edited one. So we'll cancel this, take the picture again, and we'll take a picture of the tree, and we'll go ahead and resize it here. Just go ahead and get just some lights on there, and we'll use that photo. So now it actually reloads it with the edited one on the right and the original one on the left, which you can see I wrote down little labels underneath it. And then once you save it, you'll get both UI alerts to go ahead and load up, and it actually puts in, you can read it, it's backwards, but it says edited image saved and original image saved. And for the movie, go ahead and record. And once it's done recording, I can go ahead and use the video, which is down here in the bottom by default. And I'll go ahead and reload it. I couldn't figure out how to get like a little preview of the movie just display on there, so it's just basically, would you like to save your movie? And once you save it, you do get an alert as well saying that the movie has been saved. And the gallery. Now here's a little extra trick right here, which basically it says, you can't read it because it's backwards, but set background wallpapers, select an image, resize if needed, and press use to set. So once we press OK and we go into our camera roll to one of the many pictures you can see that I've been taking, we're going to go ahead and use this picture. We could also resize it and use it, and once we go ahead in the top right and click on the use button, it'll actually set it as our wallpaper. And those icons, yep, they are custom as well. And down here I have a reset background, which once you press that, it'll go ahead and give you the nice blue background that I have on there. That basically concludes my application for week 3. I hope to see you guys all next week.